We're just two friends who love the movies, call each other every morning.
Well, well, hey, buddy, how's it going?
Hey man, I can't complain. Great to hear from you.
Yeah, great to hear from you,
You know what
man.
I noticed? Um, a lot of times on podcasts or whatever, they'll introduce themselves first, but we really don't do that. Sometimes I've noticed that you'll say, "Hey Mitch," or "Good morning, Mitch," and I'll say, "Good morning, Sam," and that kind of
Yeah,
covers it. But
yeah,
usually we just have no deference whatsoever to any potential audience that's out there.
yeah. It's I don't know. Maybe that's what makes our style a little more like documentary, I guess, right? Like, because
I like that. Yeah.
yeah, we're kind of there are times where we're going around. You'll be in a convenience store, or I'll be picking up coffee, or just stuff like that. So
Either
I'll
that or we're the most disrespectful podcast on YouTube.
That too. I mean, it just depends on the way you look at it. A glass half full, glass half empty. So if you look at it, I like to think that, we're just more of a docu style. But
Yeah.
yeah, I'm working from home today, Mondays and Fridays, as you know, working from home. But Mitch, I'm a little, I have to be honest with you, I'm a little sad, really sad right now, but I'm also excited. I'm excited because it's game two of the Spurs versus Knicks. And did you see Spike Lee and Timothy Chalamet and Ben Stiller and I think Tracy Morgan? They're here in San Antonio.
Yeah, they're making a movie together out there.
Yeah, no, they're here for the Knicks, watching the game. Um,
Well,
yeah,
I don't
so
got time for those guys. I'm only pulling for the Spurs.
yeah, well, I agree, but it would be pretty darn cool to meet Spike Lee. Did you see? I don't know if you saw it. I'll have to send it to you. But during the middle of a game, a fan ran out on the court and took a selfie with Wimby, which is our top player and one of the New York players. Did you see that?
Did they get dragged off
Yeah,
the court?
they got dragged off the court. They're banned. Him and whoever his accomplice were are banned for life, and they got arrested as well. So.
Oh, that's sad. Do you think
Uh,
they regret it?
Well, the guy that ran was they said he was young. He looked to be like a teenager, so it to me, I don't think that's something worth it, but hey, I mean, just like choices, right? He made that choice, but
Everybody got choices.
I know, man, but I am a little I am a little sad, and I'm sure you've had this with a coworker. One of my homies, I sent you a picture. He's my co-lead in the entertainment circle. If you don't
Yeah.
know, I have I'm in charge of the like it's pretty much like a movie club at work, and I knew he had been looking around for another role, and yeah, he let us know yesterday that he found another role, and they want him to start immediately. So.
Wow.
Yeah, man. Today is his
That's
last day, but he's working from in the office and we're working from home. But
well,
dude,
you
that
guys
kind
had some good times together, but it looks like I'm gonna have to come take over as part of the entertainment club.
dude,
That's your
come on
job.
over. Come on over, man. That'll be awesome. Yeah, we had a lot of amazing times, but I think it's really underrated when people say like, you and I get along with a lot of my coworkers, but to have a coworker, he's a good guy, good Christian guy, good family guy, a guy that has a lot of your beliefs, like if it's good to have that, in the workplace. And so I think people really overlook people you meet at work. Uh,
It makes all the difference, that's for sure.
yeah, so anyways, gonna miss that guy, but I'm a little bummed out this morning. But anyways, look, we're doing a ranking video today, so it's a specialty video, right? So today, Mitch and we mentioned it before, we're going to be doing our top 10 comic book slash superhero movies. So Mitch, do you want me to go first? Or do you want to go first? Up to you.
Yeah, well, I want you to go first. And I just wanted to say, I think like the sometimes we'll be kind of one mind about doing a ranking list, but sometimes, one or the other will be a little more excited uh,
Yeah.
about it. And it's like with the most anticipated list, which actually I'm glad in retrospect that I did, because at some level I was like, I was just doing it for you. I mean, I'm not the only person here; it's both of us. Um, but at the same time, like later looking back on it, it's
It's
been
kind of
kind of
cool.
interesting.
Yeah, it's
But
kind of
with the
cool.
superhero movies, I do enjoy them. I made this. I'll tell you the truth. I didn't. I'm not gonna say I phoned it in. I don't believe that. But I made this list in like a minute. I kind
Okay.
of knew what I was gonna put on it when you mentioned it. But
Okay.
yeah, let's. What's your number 10?
All right, so it was harder for me to make this list, but I had to eliminate a lot of them. But here, my number 10 is The Incredibles. Pick
Uh,
classic Pixar. I mean, this is just a great family film. We'll always remember going to see this in theaters and my mom loving it up until Jack Jack turns into a little demon. Uh, but uh, but yeah, I absolutely love this movie. It almost didn't make the list, but I was like, no, there's no way I leave this off the list. So at number 10 is The Incredibles. What's your number
that
10?
that makes me feel better. That because it does not end up making my list. Spoiler, but it was a contender. You're gonna kick me for having this so low, but I want to include at number 10 a movie that I love, that rocks, that is awesome, rocks and awesome cutting edge film criticism. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Oh, okay. Okay, number 10. You have an animated movie. We both have
Yeah,
animated
can you
movies.
believe it?
That's crazy. Okay. What, yeah, so was it not gonna make your list?
It was gonna make my list, and that's why it did.
Okay. I didn't know if you were contemplating. Number 10s are tricky, you know? They could go either
Yeah,
way.
that's true.
All right. So, my number 9, dude, this is like it's like a Western, it's like a film noir, but it's a superhero movie, it's a character study. Ask me on another day, this will be probably in my top 5, but as of when I made this list, and I have to stay true to it, my number 9 is Logan. Yeah, man, I absolutely love this movie. This is probably one of Hugh Jackman's best performances in all of his films. It's deeply sad and it's also entertaining, but it's very dense and it's just quite beautiful. So my number 9 is Logan.
That is a good movie. I like it, but I'm not just a big X-Men fan in general. So I enjoyed that when it came out, but it hasn't had some staying power for me. My number 9 is maybe a controversial selection, The Dark Knight Rises.
Okay. Okay.
I thought it was so cool what was going on at that time. I
Yeah.
just I liked this Bane cat and Tom Hardy's performance there. I liked like the little nod they did to Robin with Joseph Gordon-Levitt. I
Yeah.
liked Anne Hathaway as Catwoman. I liked the way it ended. It almost felt like kind of like a old school ending because it wasn't. I mean, it kind of they had their cake and ate it too. I like this movie.
Yeah, well, okay. So my memory of this movie is me and your brother going to go watch this in theaters, and
That's awesome. I didn't know
us.
that.
Well, we watched it in theaters, but we like were so bored. We were just so disappointed with this movie. It's pretty much, in my opinion, I think that this movie is Christopher Nolan's slog. There are aspects of it that I absolutely love, but for the most part, I think that this movie is just a slog. I really loved, Tom Hardy as Bane, although I wish they would have had him more, and I wish they would have done different things with him. I absolutely love his
Different
voice.
strokes for different blokes.
His Sean Connery wearing a mask, you know. Surely, and you can barely understand what he's saying. In fact, I'm going to do the rest of my list with the Bane voice.
Oh man, can you imagine?
Wow. So yeah, I mean, it's I think it's I don't know. I'm not really a fan of this movie, but anyways, my number eight, keeping up with X-Men, and this was hard because I almost put X-Men 2, but I had to really sit down and think about like, okay, which is the one that I've enjoyed the most? Which one do I absolutely love? My number eight is X-Men Days of Future Past. Um, I
Mm.
I think this movie is awesome. I mean, it's a superhero movie, but it's also a time travel movie. It's just like I think it's one of the coolest comic book movies ever made, and I've seen some people have it on their list, and yet some people don't. And I just think this is a movie that is like top tier, man, top tier.
Yeah, I never. This is the first of yours. Oh, I never saw that one. So
Oh, dude, you would dig this movie. I mean, it's
I do
it's
like
it's
some time
awesome.
travel.
It's awesome.
Well, you aren't gonna find the X-Men on my list today. Another spoiler, but let me go ahead and give you my next one. It's another perhaps controversial inclusion, Spider-Man 3.
Okay, controversial. Okay, just rewatched
Uh,
this. It's fun.
I w- I went and saw this in theaters, and I loved it. And dude, the black Spider-Man suit, I was like, this is everything. Black's my favorite color. It's the only color I want to wear. I was like,
Yeah.
dude, I want to be Black Spider-Man, dude. Uh, I liked Peter Parker better when he was a jerk. No, I'm just kidding. I like the very on the nose arc, and I didn't know anything about the lore, so Topher Grace's Venom didn't bother me a bit. I thought all that was super cool. I liked having all the Thomas Hayden Church as Sandman was awesome.
Yeah,
I loved everything about that movie. It was kind of like me watching the prequels, back in time.
yeah,
Just totally oblivious to the criticism that was surrounding the movie,
yeah.
because and just enjoying the heck out of it. So still like it.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I rewatched this recently. I enjoyed it more this time around, although I do think it's a mess of a movie. But still, I mean, it's fun. I mean, it's fun. I still wish that Sam Raimi got to make his fourth Spider-Man, and who knows, maybe in the next 5, 10 years he will do a final one with Tobey Maguire. But anyways, my number seven is in my opinion, it's the best MCU movie. I think it's the best Avengers movie, although it's not even an Avengers movie. It's my favorite one in all of them, right? I think they've made what, close to 30 of them? Anyways, Captain America Civil War.
Oh yeah,
Dude,
great movie.
this movie, I remember when I worked at the movie theater, I they were having a midnight screening for all the employees, and I was able to. You could bring a guest, but I was able to convince my one of the people there because I was friends with them if I could bring two guests, my buddy Gil and my buddy Brandon, right? And dude, this movie is just it's awesome. It is awesome. I love it. I love the fact that although it has a villain, right, and you really like it really kind of makes you feel sorry for the villain, but this villain knows that he's no match
It's Daniel
for,
Gruel, right?
yeah, he knows that he's no match for any of them, but he uses his like his wits, right? And he turns them against each other. And I
Oh
love
yeah,
that.
that's such a cool
I,
dude. And remember when Spider-Man drops in, dude? I
yeah.
wish that wasn't in the trailer because how awesome, even more awesome it
Yes,
is.
dude. That it didn't matter. It didn't matter. Even in the trailer, dude. Even in the trailer, like
Yeah, it
yeah,
was
it got
exciting.
you excited, but when you watched it in theaters or when you watched it for the first time, it still had a big pop, right? It still
Yeah,
was like,
and it was
oh,
such a fresh kind of Spider-Man too because, he was younger than the other people that they had cast as him in the past.
he
And
actually looked in high school like he was in high school.
yeah, it just felt exciting, that's for sure.
Yeah. So that's my number seven. We're on your number seven now, right?
Yeah, I think so. My next one is Batman Begins. Uh,
Okay. All right.
So Batman obviously rules. So actually, the first time I watched this, I wasn't that keen on it, but over time, I've taken to liking it better. I would say its one fatal flaw is uh, the casting of Rachel. I think was not so good.
Yeah, Katie
Uh,
Holmes. I
yeah.
I actually liked Maggie Gyllenhaal
Oh, me too.
more.
To me, yes. You. But another thing too that matters here is I saw The Dark Knight first, um,
Oh,
and then
really?
yeah, and then because I was not big into superhero stuff, so I was
Yeah,
like, yeah, why would I had seen glimpses of the other Batman movies, and I
yeah,
was like, eh. And but then I just went to Dark Knight with friends, and I was like, I got to double back here and see Batman Begins, and just the whole way that Nolan does this character for me is it's just the character for me.
yeah.
So anyway,
Well, my number six is a movie that is not on a lot of people's list, but I don't care. I absolutely love this movie. I love the director's cut, which is longer as well. I
oh
just
yeah,
think this movie is just freaking awesome, and it's dark, which I think that's why a lot of people don't like it because people wanted something a little different. But if you've read the graphic novel, you should know what to expect. My number six is Watchmen. Yeah, man, this movie is just awesome, and I always remember the Bob Dylan like. Gather around people to do, but they be down and down. When the times they are
they are
changing.
changing.
Yeah, I always love that the opening or the credits from the opening, and it's just awesome, man. So my number six is Watchmen.
I was wondering where that was going to be on your list, and it's the second of yours that I haven't seen. Um, my next one is The Avengers.
Oh, the original. Okay, yeah,
Uh, I kind of think, yeah, when you were talking about Civil War, I was like, yeah, I do think that's better. And the excitement around that was strong, and the excitement around like Infinity Wars and Endgame was strong. It was all good. But I remember like watching this and thinking, oh man, now they can do an ensemble. Like they can bring. It was the first time they all came together, right? From
yeah,
their individual movies, and it was just I thought that was so cool. So it
yeah,
was like that first. We talk about Infinity and Endgame being like the culmination, but like this was like the original culmination. Not knowing that they were gonna keep splaying it out further and further, but
yeah,
it was like, oh wait, they made all those solo movies, and they had like cameos popping up in each other's
yeah.
movies. I remember watching this in the theater and thinking, oh, they pulled it off. Like this is actually awesome. So I like that one.
Well, that's a good pick, man. I'm not I'm in the minority. I like the Avengers, the first one, but I don't love it. I actually prefer Avengers Age of Ultron more. So that's, I mean, just a little fun fact. So my number five, we're in the top five. It's a movie you've already mentioned. It's on your list. Batman Begins, man. Ah, man,
Nice.
I was really debating either having Dark Knight or the Batman Begins, but man, I remember begging my dad to rent this whenever because he occasionally he would work in Birmingham. And I don't know if you know this, Mitch. Like I this always around this time, like I don't know if you knew that. Like my dad was he worked for an AC company. Did you know that?
I maybe I don't think so though.
Well, yeah, and I don't think you know this is that he actually got in a big wreck and he almost died around this time. And he had a metal rod in his leg. But anyways, I always remember the reason why I mention it now is because it's around this time, right? Batman Begins, and when I asked him to rent it for me, it was shortly before, the accident. But I remember him stopping and saying that they didn't have it, and me being so sad, and then him surprising me that they did have it, and I just love this movie, man. I love Cillian Murphy as the Scarecrow, and yeah, I do agree with you. The weak point on this is Katie Holmes. I just think she was terribly miscast. But yeah, my number five is Batman Begins. Always have a special place in my heart for this one. So there's that.
Well, he's learning. He's becoming the man. But it's making me think of Rises again, and how much I liked in Rises when he's in that pit and crawling out. It's this character, man. But my next one is maybe a little too low for some people's taste. I hear a lot that this is the chosen one, but I'm gonna put Spider-Man 2.
Oh, okay. Well, it's in the top. What? This is your number five, right?
Yeah.
Okay, at
Um,
least in top five.
yeah, dude, I saw this on recently when I was at the popped my head in the gym, and they had it on one of the 25 TVs, and I was
Yeah.
like, there's nothing on these surrounding TVs that's better than what I'm seeing on there. Doc Ock, Alfred
Yeah.
Molina climbing up the
Oh yeah.
building with his little claws,
Yep.
and he had just like thrown a car through the window of that diner or whatever.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, that movie rules.
Well, I'm glad it's at least in your top five. My number four. So my number four isn't like a lot of people forget that this is indeed a superhero movie, and I put it on there, and I think it's aside from Signs, it's my second favorite M. Night Shyamalan film. This is
I knew this would be on.
unbreakable.
Yeah,
Unbreakable, man. You've seen this, right?
of course.
I freaking love this movie, and very similar to Civil War in that, you have a villain who is menacing. You also feel sorry for him, but he knows that he is unable to compete, right? He knows this. So he uses what he has, and that's his brains, right? His wits.
Hmm.
And I absolutely love Samuel Jackson, and I know a lot of people are like, oh, it doesn't have like the classic, M. Night Shyamalan twist or whatever. I do think it has some surprises, and I absolutely love this movie. I think it's one of the greatest superhero films of all time, and it never really gets the recognition. So my number four is Unbreakable. In
Yeah,
fact,
that one
yeah.
crappy. I think that's a good pick. I'm glad it's on there. Um, my next one is a movie I'm very excited about. I love this movie, Captain America: The First Avenger.
Oh, that one also made my list. I'm glad you have this on there.
Dude, everybody, you know what it is everybody always says I look like Captain America before the transformation, but
Yes,
uh,
yes. Before the transition, yeah, I could see that.
dude, this is such a good story of a
Yeah.
guy who has a hero already inside
Uh-huh.
of him, dude. Every moment, like his fist fight in the beginning, I can do this all day, hopping on the grenade, Tommy Lee Jones, Haley Atwell as like this, the woman that feels straight out of the 40s, uh, as his love interest. Um, Honestly, at the time, I really didn't like Sebastian Stan as the cast, and I still like, even though I've seen him do amazing work since then.
Yeah.
I for some reason in that movie, that role, he doesn't speak to me a lot, but a lot of great moments. Oh gosh, his name's escaping me. That plays the villain
Mm.
from Lord of the Rings.
Hugo Weaving.
Yeah, thank you, Hugo Weaving, great. And one of my all-time movie favorite endings, period, ever, is when he pops out after kind of coming out of the
Mm-hmm.
coma,
Mm-hmm.
and he says, "I had it." He's in like Times Square, like, what the heck is going on? And they're like, "What's wrong?" And he's like, "I had a date." Oh man, it's so good.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Mitch, my Vanessa just she opened the door and here is baby Nova. Hey Nova.
Hey,
Hey
baby
Papa.
Nova.
Hey.
Hey,
Hey. What are you
what do you
doing,
think his
son?
superpower is gonna be, dude?
I don't know. His superpower is being cute and talking. That's what they say. Did I tell you what they put on his daily report, Mitch?
Yeah, he did.
Loves
On air.
talking.
Proud father, Sam Kalunga, at it
Dude,
again.
freaking hilarious, man. What are you doing, son? What's up? Oh, he has the little boogies. Oh. Yeah, I love Captain America First Avenger, dude. I agree with you in that you kind of look like him before the transformation.
Sad but true.
That is so funny, dude. Now I can't get it out of my head.
Not a lot of meat on these bones.
Dude, all right. My number three is, oh, dude, one of the greatest days of my life was whenever we had just gotten back from a school trip, right, during the summer. I told you I was part of the Upward Bound, and my brothers picked me up in Hansville. You know where Hansville's at,
Of course.
and my brother and his best friend, and then his best friend's younger brother, who happened to be my best friend, right? And they picked me up, and we drove to Atlanta, Georgia, because we were gonna go to Six Flags the next day. So we got there that night, went to the hotel pool, and then we went to go watch uh The Dark Knight. Bye, baby. Bye, Papash. I'll see you in a bit, okay? We went to go watch The Dark Knight, and
Mm.
dude, we watched it in a packed house.
Oh wow.
I'm when I say packed house, I'm saying there was not a single seat. There was not a single seat, Mitch. And it just shows the power of not just Batman, right? Not just the hype for Heath Ledger, but the hype for Christopher Nolan. And as you know, we kind of discussed it that um yesterday looked online and saw that like there was a whole bunch of websites crashing because people were wanting to see the Odyssey, right? And uh and so I couldn't get in anywhere. So um yeah, the Dark Knight, it's just top three for sure, man. Debating it to be number two, didn't quite get number two or number one, but The Dark Knight is just an incredible film. It's also sad, man, because the way it ends, it kind of gives you a hope that, oh man, even though unfortunately Heath Ledger passed away, like,
Oh
that
yeah.
he was
Yeah.
gonna be in the third one in some way, you know?
That's heartbreaking stuff.
And I do think that's why The Dark Knight Rises is such a mess of a film because they had to change a lot of things, and so I know that they did have a plan, and that always gets me. It's heartbreaking at the end, man. But yeah, Dark Knight, my number three.
Okay. Well, my number three is Iron Man.
Oh, I'm glad you had this one. This one, oh man.
Well, we went to see this in theaters, and again, was not a superhero fan. I think a lot of like, I had given like, as far as I don't remember. I think Superman Returns was before this, right? And I was just like, I don't care about this movie. Did not, and just to totally blow my mind throughout, I was like, why is he acting this way? Like, Robert Downey Jr.'s performance just completely like sent me somersaulting, just bowled me over like Baloo does to Mowgli in the Jungle Book.
Yeah.
Uh, I just couldn't believe, like at every turn, like I felt like my expectations were being subverted. Dude, I loved stinking Jeff Daniels. Sorry, not Jeff Daniels.
Jeff
Jeff
Daniels.
Bridges. Jeff Bridges. Uh, Gwyneth Paltrow. Just the suit and I love that he didn't have any powers, but more than anything, and I don't even know if I'm judging the movie that led up to this correctly, but when he drops that bomb at the end, I had no, I don't know if I just wasn't good at reading movies back then. I had no idea he was gonna like reveal his identity because this was the biggest subversion at all of all because superheroes always keep their identity a secret. It's one of
Yeah.
the big rules. And Spider-Man too, like you watching that or the Spider-Man movies is such a big deal, and those are ones that I had been watching. Um, so yeah, when he dropped that, one of my all-time favorite movie endings, along with Captain America, I Am Iron Man, cuts to the Black Sabbath track. in the
Yeah,
credits.
which makes it perfect because the end of Endgame, right?
Yeah, I am Iron
Iron
Man. They
Iron
bring
Man.
it back. Well, they knew, yeah, that how special that was, and it was very very cool the way they brought it back in
Yeah,
Endgame.
Mitch. I mean, talking about Iron Man, I watched that movie on my birthday. It came out on my birthday. I always remember it watching it at Boaz 9 Cinema, sitting in the
Oh,
front
that's mine.
row.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, sitting in the front row, me thinking that that was the biggest screen I had ever seen, and uh, and yeah, man, I absolutely love that movie. I wish I could have had it on my list, and you know what? Maybe if I made my list now, I'd probably knock out maybe The Incredibles or Logan. But regardless, I love the Iron Man movie, and I'm glad you put it on there. My number two is a movie you've already mentioned, and that is Spider-Man 2. Dude,
Mm.
oh my gosh. Oh my
What's his
gosh.
number
Yep.
one gonna be, Lord?
It is awesome. I absolutely love Spider-Man 2. But I mean, I've talked about this movie many, many times. I mean, Alfred Molina, Doc Ock, and at the end, too, you know, very similar to the Iron Man movie where she ends up finding out who he is, and there's the graduate. I was looking up on it, and I was like, why does this movie seem the ending feel familiar? And it's very similar to The Graduate, right?
The
Where
ending of Spider-Man 2.
yeah.
How does it end?
It ends on Christian Dunst where, you know, he swings off and she tells him, you know, go get him, Tiger. And
Oh
he
yeah,
swings off, right? And it's like, oh yeah, she accepts him, but then it
her
focuses in on
expression.
her and her expression is like, this is gonna be hard. This is gonna be
Nice,
hard.
cool. Yeah, that's cool.
And it's a very deep ending for a big summer blockbuster type movie, you know. So Spider-Man 2, it's yeah, I mean it should be on everyone's top three list, but yeah, that's my number two.
Okay, well, my number two actually. Oh, I just realized what your number one is. Okay, my number two actually is Spider-Man.
The original, yep, I love it.
Yeah, this movie really shook me up when I was a kid. Dude, I was scared of Willem Dafoe. I thought he played that
Yeah.
villain so darn good. And
Oh
just
yeah,
this it's him swinging through the city, his suit, Tobey Maguire. The casting in this movie is perfect. Perfect. James Franco as Harry, Kirsten
yeah,
Dunst as Mary Jane, everything. I just I I mean the when he kind of has his homemade suit, and you're seeing him in man, it just takes you. It's just like perfection. Like it's just like kind of encased in amber in my brain. Like it's just what it means that they're in New York. It's a New York movie. It's such an American movie. It's uh it's inspiring.
yeah. Well, I love Willem Dafoe, man. I This is another one that was I rewatched it and just loved it even more, and it
And
brings
the
back up.
voiceover. I like
Yeah,
the
yep,
voiceover.
yep. Everything
It was
about
that
this movie is
how
good.
does it end when he doesn't he say I am Spider-Man at the end?
Yeah,
I I didn't
yep.
even think about that until just now. It's like the same last line as Iron Man, but a totally different like angle.
Yeah, it's a different
It's
same
more
line, but yeah,
traditional.
yeah. I guess so. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, man. This is a classic. I mean, at the time, I think this was like one of the highest grossing movies, if I'm not
It
mistaken.
is
Don't quote.
classic. It feels like a classic. It feels like a classic film at this at this point.
Yeah. Well, Mitch, on to my number one. You said you knew it. What is it?
Well, you want me to reveal it?
Go ahead. Let me see if your guess is right.
Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Dude, yes. Oh my gosh, man. This is the comic book movie that I've watched the most in my life. And I'm gonna tell you why. And that's because I worked at the many of you don't know, but I worked at for a nonprofit, the children's shelter, right? And we would always have like we would show them movies whenever before bedtime, and the movie that they constantly wanted to watch was Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. And
Oh
this is
man,
a movie that, like, Mitch, not in terms of creativity or animation, because all that is just so, it's so gorgeous, man. It's so cool. It's so frenetic. There's so many details in every shot of this movie. But
yeah, change the
this
game.
is a movie that you can put on and on and on and again, and like just again and again. And I was debating on Across the Universe or Across the Spider-Verse or this one. I ended up going with this one. This was obviously the first one. So, and I
Yeah,
didn't
very
want to,
cool.
yeah, I didn't want to like double like put this, two movies in the same trilogy. Like, although I did that with Batman Begins and Dark Knight. But anyways, I freaking love Into the Spider-Verse, man. I love it. This is the definition of a comic book movie. I know the other ones are superhero slash comic book movies, but this one feels like you're picking up a freaking comic book and
You're
you're
right, because comic
flipping
books are
through it.
animated.
Yes, it's perfect, man. It's a
You know
masterpiece.
what? I think turned me off from ranking this higher, and it is. I'm glad it's in your number one spot. Something about like the stuff that kind of snaps me out of it is like the spider pig and the little like anime spider
But that's
person.
what's so cool about it, man.
It
You're
is
bringing it
cool. I
from
know I
different
technically
universes.
like it. I technically do like it. Like
And
I
I
was
thought you were
entertained
a
by
John
it.
Mulaney fan.
I am, and I thought it was funny and interesting, but it ultimately like took me out of it in a way that's difficult to describe. Like it works and it doesn't for me, which is
Okay.
but
I guess I can see that. I guess I can see that, man. Well, yeah, so that's my number one. What's your number one, Mitch? Or what you on number two or number one?
I'm on number one. Do you want to take a swing or do you want me to go?
Dude, I don't even know. Go ahead.
The Dark Knight.
Oh, yeah,
It
I completely forgot. Yeah.
is impossible to describe how much this one blew my mind. Watching in theaters, not a Batman fan, was kind of just one was actually though hearing the hype that was coming through, and went with some. Actually, I think I went with Caleb, my cousin, and man, dude, just every again, Heath Ledger, perfect villain, terrifying villain. Just to me, and look, people do deconstructions of this script. No, this script is phenomenal, simply because you have to like you don't deconstruct it as you go, because you're so swept in it by it, and just because you can deconstruct it after doesn't make it a problematic script. And Christian Bale is my Batman,
Yeah.
my favorite. And Michael Caine as Alfred is perfect. We've got Maggie Gyllenhaal now. Aaron Eckhart, the perfect Two Face.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And just the way everything was weaved together with this theme of self-sacrifice, that he plays like this jerk in his regular life, and he's dunked on in his regular life for being a billionaire jerk, and he's dunked on in his private life for being a vigilante, and
Yeah.
everything he does is for the good of his city, to protect the people. And at the end he's like, no, 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 it's, you're going to put this on me because I can take it, like I can
Yeah.
absorb this. And it's just like the hero of all heroes, the perfect aesthetic, the perfect energy throughout the movie. Never a dull moment. Every line you want to quote. I think this is far and away the best superhero movie.
Yeah, I mean that's why I had it in my top three, man. It was shuffling my three around, but this is a great one. I can't add anything more to it. And you're right, this isn't just a great like superhero movie. It also has just a really strong script, right? Like it's just a freaking awesome crime film, right? So yeah, I'm glad this is your number one, man. And well, that's it, folks. And just just reminders, we're going to be doing a Star Wars movies ranking at some point.
I
Um,
guess.
Mitch, you just hate rankings, man. I love
I
them
love
because
rankings.
it, I love them. And also, Mitch, briefly, kind of like I've been listening to all of Switchfoot's albums because
Interesting.
they have a new album coming out this summer.
Right.
So I've been listening to all of them. I've been kind of like making notes and uh
You're gonna rank the Switchfoot albums?
I'm gonna be ranking the Switchfoot albums, man. I think I'm on. Let me see which one I'm on now. I am six, seven, eight, nine. I am on the 10th album so far. So
Well,
yeah, so I'm on
some
the 10th
Switchfoot.
one. Anyways, Mitch, I know you got to get to it, and I do too. So I'll talk to you a little bit later, dude.
See, man. Thanks.
See ya.